Hi everyone, today I'll be reading my second story, Bella. 3 bunches of carrots to start the day. I am Bella, a beautiful brown silky horse with white markings. I'm the most beloved horse in the stable. Georgia Smith, my rider, has been doing horse riding for 10 years since she was 12. Her riding skills have improved each day, just like my trotting, galloping, jumping, and dancing skills. I have a cabinet of horse saddles. My favorite one is a bright red leather saddle trimmed with an embroidery of shiny, thick golden thread. My smooth coat is groomed daily with a soft brush. Georgia prepares me for events in front of crowds almost every day of my life. I must train hard for such events. 4 crucial steps need to be completed for these events. To get the perfect performance, I must do the following. Number 1, get into perfect shape. Number 2, get the perfect trot. Number 3, get the perfect jumps. And number 4, get the perfect look. To get into the ideal form, I eat my healthy foods. Apples, turnips, celery sticks, watermelon, and my beloved carrots are all on the list. Unfortunately, exercise is needed. I would run around the entire farm to exercise my muscles. The farm is enormous, but it's worth it. Then, the trot. It is the beginning of my performance. A trot is needed if you want to make a good impression in front of the stern judges. I must be bold, but elegant and graceful. Every step must be flawless. I have won competitions for best horse, best trot, best jumps, best style, and best performance. I do not just think about winning, but the food that I'll get from Georgia when I do. It has helped me for all my competitions. The next step to winning is practicing my jumps. I had jumped over fences, but Georgia prefers me to jump over stacks of hay. It is much safer. Practice on them didn't make me feel like I was about to leap into a fence, and a plank would stab me in my guts at any second. Finally, my look. This is consequential for my performance. Georgia takes the 4 best looking saddles, and I must pick the prettiest one. Previously, she had chosen a lime saddle, a dark blue saddle, a thick brown one with black stitches, and a dark wine red saddle with a purple rim. I chose the wine red saddle. The dark shade of red reminded me of apples and beetroot, and its rim made me think of turnips. Then the knots in my mane are untangled with a comb. My silky black mane is thoroughly brushed to one side, and my tail is also brushed to perfection. Then I'm as ready as a brave lion who's about to catch its prey. My performances have never gone wrong. I've always seen 10s held up on flat whiteboards by the judges. However, that was soon about to change. The wind whistled a lovely tune on that bright Saturday morning. The birds harmonized with the breeze and brought joy to the ranch. Georgia was up early, as usual, to feed us. She made her round by every horse and came to a joyful halt at my stall. She took out exactly 7 beautiful bright orange carrots from a wooden bucket and fed them to me. I have some great news for you, Bella, said Georgia as her twinkling green eyes looked into mine with excitement. I waited for her to announce the good news. I am entering us into the most perfect horse competition due next week Friday, she said joyfully. I was also excited. I knew that when I win, a bucket of turnip, lettuce, carrot, and celery salad would surely be on its way. I had 6 days in total to perfect my jumps, trot, style, and shape. For the first 2 days, I worked on my trot. My trot was the introduction of my performance. It had to intrigue the audience and judges. Georgia was extremely impressed by my trot. The following 3 days, I had to work on my jumps. The jumps are what I would describe as the ham on a sandwich, the cheese on a pizza, the ice cream on a cone, or as I would prefer, the sweetness in an apple. The jumps are the most important of them all. They're the juicy bits, the stunts, the fun, and the most dangerous part in the entire show. Georgia climbed onto my back. In front of me were 2 high bales of hay stacked onto each other. I calculated the distance from me to the haystack. I inhaled a bucket of oxygen, galloped a third of that distance, and leapt into the air like a feather that has been lifted by the wind. I ended up on the other side, 3 feet away from the bales. Hooray! I continued to practice while Georgia made it even harder for me, but I managed to successfully complete all the tests. 2 days remained before I would perform before the judges. Georgia went to my cabinet of saddles and picked 4 of them. A bright red one rimmed with a black embroidery, a pink one decorated in glitter, a well-polished black one trimmed with twinkling rhinestones, and lastly, a snow-white saddle that was embroidered with thin silver thread and rimmed with a solid coat of glitter. You'd probably think I would choose the red one, but I decided to go for something that wasn't related to food. My decision lied between the black one and the white one. Which one was best? The black saddle's rhinestones resembled diamonds as they shone in the sun. However, the white saddle had most of my attention. It was soft and elegant, yet it stood out. Its color complemented my white markings. The glitter would certainly blind the contestants, or maybe even the sun. I stayed in shape for each of the 6 days. I was bound to win. It was a day to perform, not only in front of judges and an audience, but also on live television. We arrived at the Milkendy showgrounds. All was set up and everyone was present. Each horse was dressed in their outfits and prepared before their arrival onto the bright green grass. I was saddled, groomed 5 times already, encouraged, motivated, and ready. Howdy, folks! I'm your host, Reggie Reynolds, and we're here today to witness horses compete against each other on the Milkendy Showgrounds. All contestants are lined up. Our judges, Samantha Red, Stephen Grams, and Gemma Morgan, are ready to vote. So buckle up, sit tight, and enjoy the show, said a well-dressed man. First up is Lily Marmigan with her charming horse, Apples, announced the host Reggie, reading a key card. The 8 performances were nothing compared to mine. Wow, that was surely great, like a corn dog accompanied by a mug of foamy beer. But now it's time for the talented, 20-time award-winning horse, Bella, to make her appearance with her rider, Georgia Smith. I made my appearance with Georgia, filling my saddle seat. I began with my flawless trot and skipped over the beams. I pranced my way into the judges' hearts as I galloped and leapt with the wind. I almost touched a cloud as my hooves made its way over 5 beams. I ended off with a perfect trot, and the judges voted. The highest score was 25. These judges were professional horse riders, and one was a famous animal stylist. They were strict and harsh. The first judge held up a 9. The second also held up a 9. And the last one, the final vote, was a 10. Yes, I received a total of 28. No one could beat that. Horse after horse after horse. No one could beat my 28. I knew it. Then it was time for the last performance. Fellow friends and fans, it has certainly been a battle for the best. So far, our beloved horse, number 9, is in the lead. Is it possible that our remaining horse has the skills and style to take down Bella and talented rider Georgia with a current score of 28? Let us see, said Reggie with a mic to his mouth. Last but not least is the mighty and magnificent 13-time champion for the annual high horse jump competition and 12-time award-winning horse for the International Stylish Horse Contest. The Black Warrior, Thunderbolt, and Jason Camberson, his skilled rider, announced the host, almost out of breath due to the long introduction he had given. Onto the grass galloped a silky black stallion with a sturdy boy sitting on its back. His shiny hooves rapidly raced across the field, and he did 3 impressive high jumps. He sped up and did a series of impossible stunts. He slowed down and then targeted the clouds as he leapt into the air as if he was a grasshopper. The show was a jaw-dropper. I could see why his name was Thunderbolt. He was as quick as a lightning, and his hooves struck the ground like a bolt of lightning. His silky black coat reminded you of the night. He ended off with a twisting movement and a surprisingly graceful trot. It was over. The judges had no choice but to give the duo a total of 30. Everyone was amazed, delighted, and shocked. I was disappointed and upset with myself. I thought I was not good enough. Georgia probably thought I was a failure, except she didn't. She fed me a dozen apples and I got my dream salad. I realized she didn't care if I win or lose. All this time I thought I had to win. Turns out it was never about that at all. It was just fun to compete. However, there is one contest that no horse will succeed in but me. The world's most pampered horse competition. The story conveys the message that you do not have to be the best in everything. It is never the best idea to put too much pressure on yourself. It is okay to make mistakes and important not to overload your mind with ways to perfect yourself. Thank you for listening, people. Remember to subscribe to my channel.
Hi, my name is Carmi Philander. I'm 14 years old and I wrote the book Pampered Pets. You can order my book online. It consists of 25 short stories, and at the end of each story is a very valuable lesson. So my first story I will be reading is
This is reality, yeah, this is my family, yeah, this is reality, yeah, this is my family.